green buildings, sustainability, local solutions, like we had in the earlier sessions, to address local problems, problems that are peculiar to Africa, peculiar to Nigeria. And then we can also know what people are doing and how we can tap into this huge market. Because some people would ask me, how do you make money in green buildings? I mean, is there anybody who wants to, who is here and thinking, okay, this green building thing, me, I'm not an architect, but how can I make money? Anybody here thinking that way? Because, yes, because someone was asking me one time, I said, oh, how do you make money? You say you do green building. There's several ways. Some people act as distributors for eco-friendly products and like middlemen, so they get commissions. So those are, I mean, I know people always think about it. What's the profit part here? We are talking about the people, we're talking about the planet, but what of the profit part? How do we make money off this? So we're going to see those products this afternoon, and also we're going to be learning from them how they have created and how they are addressing this huge global problem. But before we start, I mean, a lot of people are still just strolling into the room and trying to get their seat, get a seat and settle in. So I wanted, who can help me? I need someone to help me pass the microphone. Is there anyone who can help me with that? Media. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for volunteering. Okay, so I just wanted about, we'll take a few verbal, earlier in the morning we had the virtual poll feedback where we all had the Menti session. How many of us took part of that? Thank you so much. It was quite engaging. And I know that a lot of our online and virtual followers also really, engage. But this afternoon, we're going to do it, physical. So if you're here, and I don't want to call names, I don't want to pick anyone, but as a form of introduction, I'm very sorry I didn't introduce myself. My name is Omoyemi Olaiwola. I serve as the Director of Policy and Advocacy on the Green Building Council Board. And then, so we'd like to meet you in the audience, and just tell us a thing or two that you learned. We had several sessions earlier today. We had the session on the net zero, carbon neutrality in African cities. We had the session that talked about inclusive urban spaces within Africa. So I just wanted a few people to just, not all those who have been the regular speakers. Sorry, excuse me, can you move to this side? Okay, good. So, please, anyone, I need volunteers. Just tell us, what have you learned? What has been like the vibe? What are you taking away before we begin to, we go into the innovation showcase proper? Don't worry, there's no prize and there's no right or wrong answer. Anyone? Some people are smiling. Everybody, okay, good, you have a volunteer over there. Thank you. Please just introduce yourself and tell us what you've learned. Possibly, if you have a question, you can ask. Who knows? You might get an answer here right now. So, thank you.
Hello.
Thank you. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Olawaye Olusegun. I represent Biofuel Technologies Nigeria Limited. One of the things that was said today that really got my attention was when one of the panelists was talking about a situation or at a time that we'll be able to have our roof covers. And I'm beginning to envision a situation whereby our roof coverings on their own are solar panels. So mere covering my house, I have access to light on its own. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Thank you. The innovation of that is that I've seen it somewhere before, where it's not just acting as an energy efficient tool, but it's also, energy in its sense of, is also, some people also sandwich it with, the top layer is the PIPV, that's like the solar panel. And then within it, they have insulation layers. And then they also have a finishing layer. So it's like a 3-in-1. So you have the solar panel on the exterior, you have the insulation as the sandwich layer, and then you also have a ceiling finish. So it's like a one-stop solution. So there's several solutions that you can really look into that would help you to also adopt eco-friendly strategies. So any other person, there's a lady seated beside you. I'm a bit tempted to give her the microphone. Beside Mr. Olawale. I'm sure she knows. Please. Oh, is there anyone over there? Okay, thank you. I'm coming back to you.
Oh, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
One of the things I want to talk about.
Please, can you introduce yourself?
My name is Abdulaziz Aliu.
Okay.
Simply Abdulaziz Aliu. One of the speakers was talking about 2050. And for me, I think 2050 is a way too far. And most of the things I think the GBCN should be talking about is something that will bring us a bit more closer. Because if we look at 2050, the damage would have been too extensive by that period. And the areas of concern, I noticed most of the people who are talking about 2050 are basically government officials, which means the government is not making sustainability a priority. And the GBCN should do more to use private organizations, companies, to drive its objective so that we'll be able to achieve these goals a bit much more quicker. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Abdulaziz, for that feedback. Truthfully, I mentioned something here yesterday. I said different organizations have adopted different timelines. For some people, it's 2030, and they're like, oh, race to 2030. For some, it's 2063. For some, it's 2050. It's a marathon. It's a really long one, and you have to take it by this initiative, things that we're doing to engage stakeholders like you in the room, in order to educate, enlighten, and let people see the benefits that it is possible. So thank you. We'll take that feedback, and then, of course, we will continue to drive the conversations with our partners and collaborate with all those who are in that value chain in order to continue to bring value and solutions. Any other person? Last one, female. So, okay, my eyes is... she moved her face. Okay, there's someone here. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Ayo Adekeye. I'm a journalist. I must say that it's amazing to be here. I've really learned a lot. It's good to know that there's a lot going on in the brick and cement industry beyond brick and cement. But I must say that the ordinary Nigerian may not have 10% of the information in this room. So how do we plan to get it down to the ordinary people? Because at the end of the day, they're the ones that matter. So what is the plan for media organizations to really get on this?
Okay, thank you. After this session, please feel free to speak to me and I would definitely point you to our media lead. Whatever information you need, we would definitely love to provide you information so that you can also help us to propagate and to help us to share, and of course to your own wider audience. I don't know which media house you report for or you work with, but definitely we have a whole lot of media. All of these sessions are recorded, they're all online, they're virtual. And then we have online platforms as well, so that we can reach a whole lot of people beyond the people within the four walls of this room. So please, let's speak, Mr. Aliu. Did I get the name? Yes. So, female, we're waiting. Any other person though? Nobody? Why are the females not? Okay. Please, the lady beside Mr. Adewale, thank you. I know you have something to tell us. She's fair, the pretty lady. Yes, you. Yes, you. Yes, you. Thank you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Florence Ajiboye, and I also work with Biofuel Technologies Nigeria Limited. So for me, I would say sustainability starts from the mind. So it's a mindset thing. And just like the journalist guy had said, there is more awareness to make about this. I've seen the possibilities of the initiatives in the green building space, but people out there are not so aware of it. So we still need to put more work into awareness.
Thank you. Though you didn't introduce yourself, I know Biofuel was at our Future City Summit last year. To moderate this session with me, my humble self, is the person of architect Sheyi Orenuga. Is a very, very strong, he's been a very strong support for our planning team, and of course, the brain behind the Innovation Showcase. So he will come up with a warm round of applause. Please, let's welcome him so that he can give us the introductory note for this session, and then we can kickstart. Thank you.
All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I believe we've been having a great time at the summit. So we are going straight into the innovation showcase. And actually, I'm standing in place for the president. And so I'm doing this speech on his behalf, just to welcome every one of us to this showcase. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and esteemed participants, we welcome you to the Innovation Showcase, an integral part of the Future City Africa Green Building Summit 2024, organized by the Green Building Council of Nigeria. We are thrilled to gather here today to explore and celebrate groundbreaking ideas for sustainable urban development. As we gather today, we spotlight the innovators who are pushing boundaries, redefining possibilities, and creating solutions that will lead us towards a more sustainable, resilient, and inclusive urban future. The Innovation Showcase is more than just an event. It is a unique platform for visionaries to present their cutting-edge products and solutions to a distinguished audience of industry leaders, potential investors, and key stakeholders. This is an unparalleled opportunity to gain visibility, forge valuable connections, and contribute to the transformative journey of African cities. Participants will have the chance to present their solutions through dynamic, just 5-minute pitches, live product demonstration, and an interactive Q&A session. We are particularly looking for solutions that demonstrate a high degree of innovation aligned with our summit theme and offer practical, feasible, and impactful approaches to urban sustainable challenges. Please, I will take that again, because this is very important to this event. We are particularly looking for solutions that demonstrate a high degree of innovation, align with our summit theme, and offer practical, feasible, and impactful approaches to urban sustainable challenges. Why I say that is that the audience today is going to be the judges for the presentations that will be here today. So when you are judging, we want to use these parameters to decide who your best innovation products or ideas would be. All right. Whether at a prototype stage or already markets ready, these innovations hold the potential to make significant positive impact in our urban landscape. We want to thank you for joining us at the Innovation Showcase, and together, let's inspire, let's innovate, and lead the way towards building a resilient future for our cities. Please enjoy the showcase. Thank you. I'll hand over again to Architect Yemi to take us to the next item on the program. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much, Architect Sheyi. So just to also set the tone this afternoon before we call, I'm going to mention all the companies who are going to be presenting so that you are on standby so that we don't just leave the program open-ended. So in the order in which I will call the names, I would appreciate that we have our presentations in that manner. Do we? Okay. So the first company would be Livin Limited. Is there a representative in the room? Thank you. So that's Joshua Atat. Good. Okay, so you will go first. The second person would be Signature Multi-Projects Limited. Media, can you help me confirm that they're online? That's going to be represented by Mr. Lubem Huha Akbar. Or are they in the room? Please, can you help me confirm if the second candidate is online? Signature Multi-Projects Limited. Okay, candidate number 3 will be Eco Secular Provision Provider Limited, represented by Mr. Babatunde Adebayo. Thank you, okay. Number 4 would be also a virtual presentation, Zipper Building Blocks, Ifeanyi Odigwe. Please, can you help me confirm they're online? Okay, number 5 will be Vaso Build by Eddie. Good, okay. And then 6, BTNL Block Solution, to be represented by Florence Ajiboye. Oh, thank you. Okay, and then 7 will be Eco Bricks. Okay, good, Marcos. And then number 8 will be Silka Nigeria, represented by Adeshola Mofikoya. In the room? Not yet. Okay, maybe before we get there. But just to set the tone this afternoon before we go in, I wanted the judges to also have that information so that they can also be properly guided. Joshua, I think you should get set. For the next about 2-3 minutes, we're going to take a goodwill message from the representative of the Nigerian Institute of Building in the person of builder Dr. Alade Lola. Please, with a warm round of applause, is just going to welcome us, set the tone for the session. Please come up, sir. Thank you, you're welcome. It's just going to encourage us. And then next we'll start with Mr. Joshua Atat. Thank you. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Let me go straight to correct you. I'm not Alade Lola. I'm Alade Loba, builder Dr. Alade Loba. Yes. Let me appreciate the organizers of this program. It's been awesome and quite informative. I'm here to represent the president of the Nigerian Institute of Building, and that's Sir Builder Eldatin Hewa. He has asked me to encourage you that at times like this, we need these kind of things to encourage us, to give us hope, to give us encouragement. And having said that, from all the families of builders in Nigeria, we are with you. And I think we are doing the same. But having said that, I just feel that it will not be right for me not to share an opinion about all what I've been listening to. The first thing I want to quickly point out within this short minute is the fact that we are talking about strategies for achieving carbon neutrality. The only grounds I have is with what strategies is. Strategy. Strategy, this is my personal opinion anyway, but it could help the discourse. Strategy is like a weed that does not require any cultivation. It grows, it's left to grow. The only thing that we need to do is for us to begin to look at the fact that strategies only emerges after there is a change in perspective. And that is very important for us in this discourse. Or else we'll begin to go to square one. And that's the very first one. And the second one, we are talking about inclusivity, inclusive urban development. Inclusivity is not only about physical participation. It includes making deliberate efforts at policies. Government must make sure that there is a policy, deliberate policy, to guide this. If not, it will be lost along the way. And finally, nobody succeeds alone. Green building must ensure that there is a collaboration with similar organizations all over the world. To the glory of God, I share the Building and Civil Engineering Technical Committee Material Standard for Nigeria. And I know that ASO also has similar things like this. Green building can collaborate with ASO, African Regional Standard Organization, because nobody succeeds alone. And I want to, on that note, that I want to say that it's a beautiful thing what we are doing today. Let's begin to discuss, and at the end of the day, we'll get to where we are going. On behalf of the Nigerian Institute of Building, we are grateful. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. I like the way you put it. Inclusivity means that we're all going together. You cannot achieve this alone. It's not possible. And I'm glad that we have stakeholders in the room who are also helping us to drive the agenda and ensuring that we do the things we need to do in order to get to that point where we become a net zero, or a zero carbon nation, so to say. So right now, we are going to let you know how the session is going to run. Okay, so we are all going to be judges. And I think that is a very laudable one. So we won't just, the fate of some, this innovative companies will not just be in the hands of a few people. So we are all going to be judges on this. And then Architecture is going to inform us how the process of the voting is going to go. And then we'll have Joshua come up on stage. I think he should actually be on stage right now. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, so we want to make this as inclusive as possible. We would like everybody to please participate. All right, you'll be doing probably a potential winner an injustice if you don't participate, and then when it comes to the point of voting, you just pick somebody at random. You know when you're in an exam hall and then it's an objective and you don't know the answer, you just pick something. All right, we don't want us to guess. All right, so each participant has a number. So we have candidate 1 up to candidate 8. All right, so as you can pick your pen or your phone and then begin to write your parameters. I've read out some parameters while I was reading the president's speech. All right, so we would like you to please participate. And then once we are done with the 8 presentations, we'll put up a QR code, and we're going to vote live on this platform. The results will be presented live. So it's not like somebody is going to, manipulate anything. All right, that's why it's important we all pay good attention to it. Each presenter will be having 5 minutes just to present. Once it's 5 minutes, the timer is up, the mic goes off. So because this is competitive, we are not going to give anybody any undue advantage. Then the second part of this innovation show is our youth. All right, so we had a youth empowerment innovative session at the first day of the summit. And so we have a series of presentations, very innovative ideas that came from the youth. They are also going to showcase the best 4 innovations, all right, that we're going to see in today's show. Please, we would like us to be very attentive. Some of these ideas are things we would like us to promote and possibly, get grants and whatever for. All right, I believe that is very clear. All right, so if your phone is not charged, you want to quickly charge it now. All right, and make sure you are online at the time we are going to vote. Thank you so much. And you have
data is live, so ensure you have data. So right now, I'm just going to go into it. I hope the clarification is, the information is clear. This set of presentations are for products that have already been, ideated. Okay, they're already being developed. And then the youth program that we had on Tuesday, yes, those are for potential products, and they will also be awarded after the set. But the judging for this will be to these 8 companies that I have mentioned earlier, these 8 candidates. So please, let's be attentive. In fact, you should note your preferred, innovative products so that when the voting time comes, you're not wondering which company is which and all that. So you're welcome, Joshua.
Sorry, just to also clarify, because we want to make this as transparent as possible. Okay, so we didn't choose number 1 for Yemi, for instance, or number 2 for. So we had a ballot for all of them. They picked the numbers, and it's the number they picked that determines when their presentation slot is. I hope we are clear about that. So it's not like we put this person number 8 or this person number 5. So they picked their slot by themselves, right? All right, so your time starts now. Timer, please.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Joshua Tats, and I lead the team at Living. And what we're doing is we make sustainable furniture, building, and construction materials from plastic waste. So I'll start by saying that what if I told you that your everyday wastes, like your packaging waste, like this mini nylon, and this stuff that goes on PET bottles or your bottle covers, could be converted into a board that can be used for furniture, for building, and for construction. So that's what we are doing, and I'm going to explain how it works. So first of all, of course, is why are we building this? It's the problems we're facing in Nigeria. First of all, is plastic pollution. Second is high cost of building, furniture, and construction materials. And then the last would be this lack of scalable and affordable sustainable building materials. So how are we solving this? We're taking your everyday plastic waste, like I said, and then we're recycling it into boards that serve as replacements for your HDF and MDF boards. So you can use it in the same your purpose is that you can use those boards and more. And this is the example. So these are some of the things that we've made. We iterated it out, first of all, with furniture because it was easier for us to get into that market without certifications. So you can use it for furniture, for interior decoration purposes. And of course, when it's made on a very big 8x4 feet board, you can use it for doors, for roofing tiles, for ceiling boards, for formwork, for construction, for decking, for partition boards like what we have on the walls, and for wall tiles. So competitive advantages, since they are made from nylon waste that is basically thrown away every day, they are 40% cheaper than what it's in the market. And then it plays a big role in adaptation and resilience to climate change because it's water resistant. So if these materials are used in areas where there is flooding or high prone to water coming on them, since it's plastic, it doesn't rot. It wouldn't have the same issues that wood would have, or cement or something. And then materials like this have aluminum in them. So that gives it UV resistance when you combine it with other forms of plastic to make something like roofing sheets. So if you stay under a roofing sheet that is made from polymer material like this, you won't feel heat, neither would you feel the same type of noise that comes when you're sitting down under a traditional aluminum roofing sheet. And then, of course, it's durable. It's made from plastic waste. Plastic waste lasts for quite some time. That's why we're having problems with them. The raw materials are locally sourced. It's sustainable. It's made from waste. We're reducing pollution. We're reducing deforestation because the wood thing is made from trees. And then, of course, it's 100% recyclable. So if you're done using this, say, for example, you were constructing, using it for decking, the wood, when they're done with that construction, they always throw it away. But with this, you can sell it back to us, and we'll recycle it and make new boards from it. Okay, so this is how far we've gone. I mean, we started ideating in 2022. We won the Secular Lagos competition. We have several customers on our wait list. We've started making a bit of sales, and this is how much we've done so far. We started making sales this year. This is the market size of what we are working with globally, Nigeria, and of course, what we are working towards addressing. This is my team, that's myself, that's my co-founder, and this who is on our advisory board. He works with the Nigeria Climate Innovation Center. And these are acts. So basically, it's going to go into getting a machine that can enable us produce an 8x4 board, because that's when we can begin to sell to certain markets, like the decking markets, because they can't use small boards like this or something maybe a bit bigger, but they need a standard size so they can cut it effectively and use it for their for what they are doing. Of course, the rest will go for operations and for marketing. And these are impact on the SDGs. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. A round of applause. Hi. Okay, yeah, to Mr. Joshua Tat of Living Limited. Thank you. You were able to do your presentation in record time. So I was just going to mention, when it comes to time to vote, you will not see the name of the company. You would see candidate 1. So Living Limited is candidate 1. Please, let's take note of that, candidate 1. So if they are your preferred candidate or company, please just note it down, candidate 1. And we're going to take one question for him. I mean, he has a very innovative product, 100% recyclable. I was loving his speech. I'm like, okay. But Anyone in the audience has a question for him before we go on? Or he should just take a bow and go sit? Any question? Would like to, okay. My madam. Yes, please, the mic. You need to be very fast because with this session is, we have a lot to cover and, oh, another madam. Okay, there was one madam. Okay, please go on.
Hello, everybody.
Yes.
Well done, Living. I think it's a very fantastic product, but I have a question. You know, sometimes in the bid to recycle,
Yeah.
we tend to forget that the process of recycling actually, there's carbon emission from it.
Yeah.
So what is the process of recycling that turns it into the board, and how does that, how do you control carbon emission in that process?
Okay, so first of all, we are reducing the carbon emissions in the building sector because we're not extracting new materials. Most of the carbon that is emitted in the building sector comes from the extraction of new materials from the source. So we're using what's already in use already to make what we are doing. And then most of our emissions come from, maybe, for example, if we're using diesel, if we're not using NEPA light or something. Yeah, so that's where where the carbon comes from. Well, that's way lower compared to when you are trying to make these materials anew. Yes, that's one. And then two, we don't burn the plastics to make this. We just melt it at controlled temperatures. So there are no fumes, there are no emissions in that process. And then for the energy part, we're actually working on utilizing syngas, which is made from pyrolyzing agricultural waste as our energy source once we've been able to scale, so that way we're no longer using diesel, we're now using sustainable energy too, and that way we'll be able to make up for whatever carbon emission that we have.
Thank you, Joshua. I think you have to take your seat right now. We need to call the next candidate. Thank you. A round of applause for Joshua. Sorry, we will just take one question per each product so that we can keep up with the time. Moving on to the second candidate would be Signature Multi-Projects Limited, represented virtually by Mr. Lubem Hua Agba. Thank you. Candidate 2. Yes, online, please. Can you? Yes. I already said virtually. Timing per each candidate is 5 minutes. 1 minute for question and answer. Is he ready? Or we should come back to it? He's ready. Okay. His time is already running, but he's not speaking. Signature, can you hear us? Can you hear us, Mr. Lubem?
I can hear you.
Please. We're sorry.
Can I go on?
You are using 2 devices. You need to mute one of them. Can you hear me now?
Okay, what about now?
Fantastic. No, you still have an echo, so. Okay, have we? No, you can't. I think we will step this down and take the candidate 3 and we'll come back to you. Let's resolve the audio issues, please. Please, let's quickly resolve the audio issue. So right now, are you good? Okay, let's try one more time. Okay, I think it's good now. Please confirm so that we don't. Okay, please proceed. Please proceed with your presentation. Thank you.
Okay, my data is recognizing successful first
Did anyone, was anyone able to get the presentation that they had? It was a bit muffled. It wasn't clear, yes. I think to be fair, you need to let him resolve his audio and let's see if he can come back at the end, please, at the end. We'll take candidate 3 straight away. He shouldn't come back. Oh, wow, okay. It was clear enough. Anyone that has any question for him? Anyone, candidate 2? Anyone has any question? They are not coming back, so candidate 2, please. Anyone have any question for them? None. Okay, we'll move on. Thank you, Mr. Lubem of Signature Multi-Projects. We'll move on quickly now to candidate number 3, Eco Circular Provision Provider Limited, represented by Mr. Babatunde. I'm sorry, by Babatunde Adebayo. I don't know if that's a Mr. or Miss, but okay, you're welcome. Please, can you have the microphone? You have 5 minutes. Your time starts now.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes, it is.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, everyone. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for your patience. My name is Babatunde Adebayo. I led the team at Eco Circular Solution Provider Limited. We operate as a social enterprise, making impact, and as well circular economy company. This is our ceiling ties. It could be used as a panel as well. It's made from waste, paper, and textile waste. And how do we get here? We all know that the sheet of paper given to us someday will become a waste, but to us, it will become a resource. The chair cover that we have here, I haven't used it for some times now, will be turned to be a waste, but it's our whole raw material. All right. So these are the problems that we identify. From the picture, you can cite Madam Margaret. She's one of the numerous women in our communities that are fetching what to eat from waste. And as such, we can't let it continue. Children were also found on that same landfill, scavenging for survival as they pick dirties, pick things that they can eat from it. And that's how we arrive at this place. So we discovered that these children are out of school. We have these women there. They are bottom of pyramid people sourcing what to eat from waste. And thereby, we have environmental pollution as one of the problems. Then the last one is the housing deficit that we are experiencing as a nation, amounted to 17 million housing deficits. These are the first solutions we offer. We operate community waste recycling scheme where these same women are being enlightened and empowered to then scavenge and aggregate waste and exchange it for incentives such as money, and the out-of-school children are being returned back to school so that we keep the future growing. Now, we turn this waste into sustainable green products. And one of the samples of the product I just showed you is a ceiling ties made from our own indigenous technology. I'm glad to inform you that we are the one that made the machine ourselves. We did not import it. And as such, I claim that we are indigenous company because the raw material, the processing, the machine is being indigenous not made by us as a team. The ceiling ties is not asbestos. It's an alternative to asbestos. It's eco-friendly. And we sell it in packs. And we sell this through building material vendors. I mean, these building material sellers, they buy it from us and resell it to the end user. And also we have partnership with construction company that offtake from us to use. So the market is so huge, and our target in the next 5 years is 5%, and amounted to about $185 million US. As I've said, it's eco-friendly, it's durable, it's aesthetics, and 25% cheaper than the contemporary board we have. In the last 12 months, we have generated $25,000 US in revenue. We have piloted industrial production process, as I've said, that we have made the machine ourselves and we are running on. And now we are seeking for 7.3 million naira to fully mechanize our production process and as such scale our revenue from $25,000 US to $112,000 US. So this money will be used for the upgrading of our machinery, as I've said, and hire additional workers. These are my team. Myself, I'm the team leader. I have Kolade as a production lead. I have Jumake as a sales marketing, and I have Mansoura as our R&D lead. And we have our advisor, Dr. Natalie of our CAIP. The impact so far, for now we've created 9 direct jobs of people that are working with us in our factory. We have empowered over 300 women in our community waste recycling scheme. And we have returned back to school over 20 students that now been sent to school courtesy of waste. So, thank you. Regarding the nature, we are saving forests because originally panels and ceilings are made from wood pulp, which lead to deforestation. And we are talking about carbon emission reduction. So we are saving trees by means of using waste paper and textile waste instead of cutting down trees. And for this reason, we are saving 4,000 trees from being fed down annually. And for the climate, due to our climate forecasting, we are saving over 50 gigatons of CO2. So our impact is on people, nature, and climate. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll take a question for him. Anyone? Quickly. One person. Okay, Professor Dodo will take the question, will ask.
Okay, thank you very much. This is a wonderful work you're doing. I just want to ask you about certification of your product. And you should have shown us the kind of machine you are using. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir, for that question. With regards to certification, for those of us that are here yesterday during the panel discussion, I think I raised that point because one of the issues we have been faced as an indigenous company is that we don't have that standard as we, for now, our SON is certifying our ceiling, but Green Building Council, as I've raised yesterday, can come up with a company that we submit to that give us the reports or analysis to get to know, okay, this ceiling is certified at this level. These are indigenous technology, and we are being faced with that challenges from the hands of the government and policymakers as well as regulators. But we keep on moving, hoping someday we'll get there. I said by an example yesterday, I said we have inferior sockets for our power, but they sell it to us because they didn't know we didn't have parameters to check whether that socket is what they claim it will be. So I still very much believe, as we are leading the thoughts, you can join us. You can establish a company that have a link out there for certification. Those are the ways that I believe business opportunity can scream up from this what we are doing. Thank you so much, sir. And for the machine cannot be shown because it's our own intellectual property, of which we fabricated it at our home. Thank you.
Okay. I have a mandate, and I like to stand by my word when I say it. Please, let's keep the questions till much later. Let's keep the conversation going on outside of this room. We still have a lot of presentations to take. Thank you very much, EcoBuild. You're welcome. You can ask him your questions much later, and if we can take questions, we'll definitely. So we'll move on very quickly to candidate number 4, who is also going to be presenting virtually. Are they ready? Virtually. Zipper Building Blocks. Media. Okay, good. Okay, thank you. Okay, you have 5 minutes. Please proceed.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, all. My name is Architect Ifeanyi Igwe. I represent Zipper Building Blocks. And our focus today will be on urban resilience through social growth and sustainable housing. And our response is the Zipper Bricks. That is a compressed earth brick intervention.
Please continue.
So, the construction industry has been threatened by gradual deterioration of building standards due to the potential costs of conventional building materials and the drive to maximize profits. We have seen all these even in real estate development. In view of the foregoing, there are 2 critical issues that need resolution towards achieving urban resilience. First is the affordable and adequate housing, and second is livelihood. In the spirit of the Future City Summit 2024, Building Resilient Futures, this presentation will focus on mitigation through housing based on the choice of building materials, which is local context, and the construction system as we introduce our products. are product being the zipper interlocking brick. The zipper interlocking brick in itself its primary constituent is laterite. We popularly call it filling sand in this climate, with 6 to 8% cement stabilization. So cement stabilized earth brick, as we call it, with the interlocking masonry system that is like the Lego. We, at some point in time, grown up with playing with this kind of toy, and we know that it is easy to play with. It's like a full proof system in building, even as children. So this system responds to 3 critical factors in building. That is the required skill base. You don't need to be too skilled in order to use it. The time lapse, it doesn't take as much time to build with. Then the budget as well. Because of these systems in place, we have saved money. Now, the positive impact of our product, which is the interlocking brick, is because of the constituent, which is laterite, and its thermal and its properties, it increases the building internal comfort when we talk about thermal and acoustics. It also reduces energy demand throughout the building life cycle. That means even in the production phase, you are saving energy. Even in the occupancy phase of the building, you are saving energy because your buildings are cooler. And even in the dismantling or demolition phase of the building, you are saving energy. Also, it talks about reduced construction time. Then the social aspects to this impact is the avenue for job creation, social entrepreneurship, wealth creation, and also communal building and cooperation. All these contribute to improved quality of life. Now, how does this make sense to the common man or to the regular developer? That brings us to the overriding benefits. We are saving 37% on walling components. That means that the money you would have spent on erecting your walls for your building, you are saving 37% of it if you use this system. You are also reducing your labor costs. Why? Because you are depending less on skilled labor. Then the time savings. Once you achieve optimal performance, that means you understand the system properly, you'll be saving as much as 70% of the time required to construct your building. Now, our production process for the brick, they are divided into 4 different aspects. We have the dry preparation, which involves the sieving, crushing and mixing of your laterite and your cement percentage and all the rest, which takes you to the compression of bricks, which is the forming aspect, where water is added to some percentages and the bricks are formed. After that, it goes to air drying and wetting. Now it is air drying, meaning that you just put it under the sun to dry. It releases its moisture gradually. That is why, if you notice from the picture, you see nylon sheets over it to control the rate of loss of moisture. Then after, that takes between 3 to 7 days. Afterwards, you have your stacking and your storage ready for use. We have online resource that explains in detail the processes even in constructing with this brick. We can find that in tinyurls.com/zipper manual. Now, the aspirations for this product.
Your time is up. Your time is up. A round of applause for a zipper block. Anyone in the audience has a question for them for Architect Ifeanyi Odigwe? Any question from the audience? Okay, okay, please, can we give him the microphone? Architect Ifeanyi, I hope you're online, you can hear us.
Yes.
Okay, so you have a question. Someone wants to ask you a question. Very quickly.
Good afternoon, everybody. Architect Ifeanyi, I'm concerned as a builder, and with the advent of a building collapse in Nigeria, what's the strength capacity of these bricks? Relating to the material, you know, in Nigeria we have different kind of laterite. Then, in considering a particular laterite, what is the minimum and the maximum strength of that particular laterite? So that's what I want to know. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So,
one question. Thank you. Please, you can answer, you can respond.
So laterite in itself, it's a composition. So based on the amount of laterite, that's why we call it cement stabilized. The stabilization factor there is cement. So we add 6 to 8% cement stabilization, and it works in retaining or maintaining that strength required. So if you compare it with the regular sandstone block, because it is compressed, it's actually denser, and the compressive strength is even better than the sandstone blocks. So in our online resource, we also have these statistics, which is available. Maybe after the program, the organizer will share the resource link as well.
Okay, so thank you. Anyone who wants to take the conversation further, you'd see Architect Sheyi so that you can get his contact. Thank you, Architect Ifeanyi Odigwe, for your presentation. So we'll move on very quickly to candidate number 5. That's Vaso Build from the UK, represented by Mr. Eddie Black. Thank you. You have 5 minutes.
Thank you. I don't know if I've got any slides, no? I think so. Thank you everybody for having me. I'm Eddie Black from the UK. I represent Vaso Build. Vaso Build is a panel made from recycled glass. It's a structural panel. It's a panelized system which we bond together, and once we bond these panels together, they become one structure. So if that's the floor, the walls, the roof, once these panels are bonded together, they become one structural building. If the building fell over, you could essentially just lift the building back up. So it's good in earthquake zones, flooding zones, hurricane zones. We've chosen recycled glass as the media and the material, not because of it being recycled, but it actually is the best material to use in this product. We can produce this at volume, high volume. So we can produce 33,852 linear meters of this per week, which is essentially a lot of homes per year. It comes from the composite industry, so I come from the composite industry, aviation, maritime, automotive. This technology has been in the world for decades, and it's transformed those industries. We are trying to transform the construction industry by using these durable materials. There is slides that you can run through the slides. We can run. There's a stand outside where there's a video that you can come and see, and I can talk through it. But essentially speaking, we can build a building in days, not weeks. So a 3-bedroom home could be built by 4 people in 2 days. We can manufacture a 3-bedroom home in a matter of 3.5 hours in the factory. So this is a solution for volume manufacturing, volume builders. It's a completely switch on traditional materials. It isn't your... So this is our R&D factory. As you can see, it's a linear process. And we just keep churning panels out for the construction industry. So we've came to Africa to see whether Africa would like to do something different. We've been received really well. Our company is essentially the Henry Ford of construction. What we want to do is solve volume building. That's our core. The output is a fantastic, highly durable panel that's not affected by water, not affected by vermin. As I say, it's extremely fireproof. You could not set a light to this. So it's really exciting to be here. Thank you for listening, and come and see me. It's, as I say, we're going to follow up with everybody when we leave. This is the home that I was talking about. So we can produce 5,000 of those a year off one production line, and we can manufacture all that house, all the panels within 3.5 hours. So it is a complete, and it's a module system, so you can add to it, take away, do whatever you need to do. This is a basis, you could, same as buying a car. So you have your site, then you have a base unit, then you deal with your exterior, then your interior and your services. So it's an extremely flexible way of building. It's also good for the supply, the skill set. What we want to do is retrain people to have a nicer, dry solution, that it's a better place to work. We want to license our manufacturing. This is a school that we built in the UK. We want to license the manufacture to countries like Africa, the US, anywhere in Europe, and solve the problems at source, and using local talent and local skills, create the jobs where they need to be. This is a rebar that's made from recycled glass as well, which is twice the strength of steel and 10 times the weight. It doesn't rot, doesn't flex or bend. So again, we're coming at it from a completely different angle than traditional materials. It does take, your head does take a bit of time to understand it, but if you're involved in aerospace or automotive or any of these industries that produce at volume and quality, then this is the material of choice. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Eddie. Any question from the audience? 1, 2. Okay. First person to raise his hand. I'm sorry, sir. The person behind raised his hand first.
Okay. Sorry. Good afternoon. I came to your stand during the break, we don't met anyone there. So I took some few pictures from your stand. So I actually have a question. Yesterday, I saw you when you walked to the podium with this Vasco bricks. And I decided to come to your center during the break to ask some few questions. When I examined your material, it was very light. So with the present current housing deficit and building collapse we have in Nigeria, can you use this, your product, your material, to build story buildings like 8 to 10 story building? Can you use it to build it? And can you guarantee durability and longevity if you do? Because the type of soil you have in UK compared to Nigeria is quite different, if you understand what I mean. So I really want to be clarified because I'm interested. That's why I came to your stand, and I'm going to talk to you after. I'm interested for my company and also for other of my clients. So can we use it to build a story building like 8, 10 story building? And what's the guarantee for durability and longevity?
The quick answer is yes. This is your floor, your walls, your roof. It's a full system. It doesn't need foundations. It's not affected by moisture or water, rot. It'll never rot, ever. It was actually designed for Hurricane Katrina. So it has actually been designed for disaster relief zones, but it just happens it makes a good house. So the housing deficit's a massive, massive problem across the globe in every single country. So this is why the car manufacturing industry are successful, because they can produce at volume. What we wanted to do is do the same mentality in construction, so the actual problem was solved is producing high volume homes, which then reduces the deficit and stress on, whatever country the problem's in. It just happens that the output of the manufacturing is probably the most durable panel system on the planet. So this has been tested against Hurricane Category 5. It's been tested against flooding. It's been tested against earthquake. So if I have an earthquake and the house falls over, essentially speaking, pick it back up and sure underneath again, you've got your home. So it's just a completely, this is high precision engineering. So it's very accurate. And that's how aerospace, all these other industries that have been using this for 60, 70 years have been successful. So hopefully that answers your question.
Thank you so much for your presentation. Any other questions? I know a lot of people have questions. No, I'm not taking questions. 1 question per candidate. Please see Vasobuild. They are in the exhibition stand. So we'll move on to candidate number 5, no? 6. I wanted to be sure you guys were following. Number 6, BTNL Block Solution, represented by Ms. Florence Ajiboye. You have 5 minutes. A round of applause for her. Please encourage the lady. Encourage her, please. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. All right, my name is Florence Ajiboye, and I work with Biofuel Technologies Nigeria Limited as the Executive Assistant to the Managing Director. So today I'll be talking about our innovative material for sustainable construction, which is the building block modules made from recycled plastic waste. Okay. So as we all know that the construction industry has a huge environmental impact because of the conventional building methods generate a lot of waste and also have high carbon footprint. So we aim to address this issue by revolutionizing the construction industry with our innovative material, thereby creating sustainable cities around the country. So the benefit of our product, of this building block modules, is that it is easy and quick to build. It is very similar to Lego, so you can have a bungalow built from start to finish in 1 week. It is also environmentally friendly. It is sustainable because it is made from recycled plastic waste. It is durable, can last up to 100 years. And I tell you that this product is lighter in weight, than the conventional building block, and also stronger in comprehensive strength than the conventional building blocks. So it is also relatively affordable. The carbon footprint is close to 0. It is flexible to accommodate expansion. And one unique thing about it again is that it can be dismantled and rebuilt. So this flowchart shows the production process. Our 2 main raw materials are the PET bottles and the PP materials, which is then converted into the pellets. And from pellets, we have the block modules. And from the block modules, we have the house, the completed house. It's not going. Hello. Okay, so our unique value proposition is that it generates employment. From the waste pickers that are going to be picking up the plastic, to the aggregators, the recyclers, the factory workers, there is going to be a lot of employment generation. It also eradicates indiscriminate dumping of plastic in the water bodies, promotes circular economy because we are making this from waste, and also promotes sustainable development goals, particularly number 11, which talks about sustainable cities. It promotes waste-to-wealth technology and reduces environmental and carbon footprints. So here in Lagos, we have built a model house from these plastic building block modules. And we achieved this construction, this building, in 1 week. I tell you that in the second picture, all of that was done in a day. And at the 3rd day, we roofed it, and under 1 week, we were able to paint and do every other finishing. So those are the, So those are the SDG goals that our products align with SDG goal 1, 5, 8, particularly 11, and I think 12 and 17. So at BTNL, we are creating a better tomorrow with our building block modules. So I'm urging you all in this room to also be a part of our success story by partnering with us to make sure that waste are not waste, but resources to be exploited, and that we are contributing to sustainable and resilient futures. Thank you.
Thank you, Florence, for that presentation. Any questions for her? Oh, wow. Okay, Madam Nimot. sit in front
Thank you
because
very
of your
much.
question.
My name is Nimot Smoili. I'm the Climate and Sustainability Service Portfolio Manager for AROP in the Lagos office. So my question is, you said that the carbon footprint of your products is almost zero. But I think my comment will generally go to every other person that have presented, especially those products that are recycled. It will be very important for us to take note of our processes. I quite don't agree that it's zero, because you didn't explain the process of this molding. You melt, you generate heat. Whatever power you use, you generate heat. The only one that I tend to agree that will not generate heat is the brick that is being sun-dried. But for yours, you go through a process. So telling us that is almost zero, I mean, I apologize, I don't agree with that. Then my question again is the finishing. Do you have a special product for the finishing? Or it has to be the mortar and brick that will bring carbon to your green products? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So I'm going to start with the second question. So it is flexible to accommodate all kinds of finishing. The one we did in the office, we used POP and POP cement for the finishing of this. So it's flexible to accommodate any kind of finishing. And for the first question, why I said the carbon footprint is close to zero is because the production process, when we are talking about sustainability, we're also trying to see how we can reduce the carbon footprint. So our proposed production process is that, because in my company, we also convert organic waste into biogas. So we are going to be using clean energy to also produce this. So, yeah. Did I answer our question?
I'm sure you did, but you didn't answer it fully, but I'm sure you're good. We'll move on quickly. Thank you very much, BTNL Block Solution, thank you. We'll move on to candidate number 7, and that will be EcoBricks, represented by Mr. Marcus von Thiel. You're welcome.
Good to go? If you could play my video, please, and thank you so much, everybody. Yep, let the music go. Yes, please. Play, volume. There we go. So as you can see from the video, it's a very, very simple system to build with. It's faster and simple, and requires very little skill. We teach normal people to build with these blocks. It does take standard C30 or C35 concrete, but it does work out to be about 50% less carbon than a traditional masonry build. You can fix to it just like timber, and you cannot burn it. This is our factory in the UK. These are some of the houses we've built. It's won many, many awards. It's been around for 15 years in the UK, and so far there are about 7,500 houses built. This is the range of blocks. So it's a very simple system. And there we go. This is the little TikTok video. This section here is where we pour the concrete in, and that gives it its structural strength. We also use a little bit of rebar, but not very much. When this house is built with a render external finish and a plaster internal finish, this is the equivalent to a passive house. It has a U value of 0.12. So for anybody that is looking for extremely insulated housing that will keep the heat out and keep your inside cool, this is an easy option for you. This is one of our builders in the UK who uses the product. This is one of his build sites. The difference is showing you the foundation system. So this is Thermostrip foundation. So we just dig a trench, pour concrete, rebar, and up it goes. Again, this works out to be 50% less carbon than you use bricks and blocks or just so it is as good an environmentally friendly product as you can get, and it has all the practical applications that you could want. It is affordable and it is very fast. So yeah, we built many passive houses with it. The last houses we built with 6.5 kilowatts of solar on the roof and a 10 kilowatt battery, those houses on average cost £100 a year to run. So there's a huge energy saving, and it is very simple, and it's made of waste wood, and I'm very honored to be here today, to be amongst the other innovators and the products here, just to see plastic being recycled in exciting ways, glass and all the other products. This is wood, done in a different way, and I think for all countries, they should adopt every opportunity, be it plastic or wood, or any recycling that you can do is amazing. And I'm very proud to help people in Nigeria to set up a factory to manufacture this here, because it doesn't require a lot of special equipment. I've seen the equipment that you would need already here, so it doesn't need to be imported. It can be locally made and locally used. So that's it, yeah.
Thank you, Marcus, for your presentation. Any question?
What's your...
I would have preferred to take someone who had not asked a question. Any other person that has a question?
This is important, so that people can learn.
Is it a question or a comment?
It's a question.
Let's take Madam... I'm sorry, sir.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
Thank
sir.
you.
You know, you had asked one before, and it's one question. Let's give the madam an opportunity, and then we'll see if we can still take general questions. Please, sir, I apologize.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Marcus. My name is Mary Dasat. I'm an architect.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me now? Yes. So I'm really impressed by your product. I want to know, is there any limit to the kind of wood you use? Because in Nigeria, we use a lot of bamboo for construction framing and for scaffolding, which is also often thrown out after construction. So is that a kind of wood that can be incorporated, especially since you're talking of local production? Thank you.
So the answer to your question is any type of wood can be used as long as it's a soft wood. Like a hardwood is harder to get the sugars out and to mineralize the wood. Hardwoods can be used, but we prefer not to use them. What we focus on is waste wood. So if you find pallets, that's what we use a lot of, old broken pallets, preferably with not too much paint. Any wood like that is good. We've also built this with hemp, so we can add hemp to it or make it entirely out of hemp. Then it is a carbon sequestering block. And we've also done trials with elephant grass for smaller particles. We haven't tried bamboo yet, but I think elephant grass is very similar, and I have seen elephant grass growing here, so it is a product that could possibly be incorporated, and this would make it an even greener product. I can't do much about the cement content, but it does help. It is a green solution, but as everybody in the room knows, it's very hard to find something better than cement. We all need it, we all use it. The blocks are structural because they have 120 mil of C30 or C35 concrete in the back that gives it the structural strength. The block is breathable. It's also sound insulation. So this gives you 64 decibel sound insulation. So if your neighbor next door likes to keep his TV loud, you won't hear it. So it makes a nice living environment. Thank you so much, guys, and it was an honor to present.
Thank you once again. The last for this set of presentations would be from Silka Nigeria Limited, and the person of, represented by Adeshola Mofikoya. 5 minutes. A round of applause for him. You have 5 minutes. He wants the video first before the slides. Thank you.
Increasing digitalization and creating products with improved sustainable impact. In the modern world, you can find Sika's cutting-edge solutions almost anywhere. Be it in building projects, critical infrastructure, transportation solutions, or renewable energy sources. Sika is driving change and powering improved performance, longevity, and sustainability. Wherever you look, you can find Sika going beyond the expected.
Yes, this slide, please. No. Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. I'm from Sika, Nigeria. We're here today to talk about concrete sustainability. As we all know that concrete is the second largest consumption materials in construction, like after water, and it emits, it has a carbon footprint where it emits carbon dioxide, and we all know the impact of carbon dioxide in our societies. And how do we reduce this? How do we, as a company, we can't do without, as in the society, we can't do without using of concrete in building, and as a population is expanding every day, we need to continue having more building, more structures, and we need to see how to reduce all these effects, the presence and the content of carbon dioxide in our society. Now, this is like a ready-mix concrete truck. A concrete has to be durable. We talked about durability. It needs to have a low carbon. Then it has to be has a good workability. Talks about final strength. After the setting time, it has to have a good final strength, low resources, competitive cost, and the likes. And here we have, it is locally available, strong, durable, and expensive. Most used construction materials after water, as I've said, very high carbon emission, as we all know. And due to growing, we have more consumption driven by several mega trends as the population is increasing every day. Now we need to save the carbon, the resources. To save resources and reduce carbon emission, we need to retain the use of concrete. One, this manufacturing of concrete. Like during the manufacturing process of the concrete, we need to think of using the less clinkers. As we all know that making of cement, clinker is one of the components in production of cement. Then alternative aggregate and consumption of less water. Talk about construction with concrete, that is less consumption of concrete, which can be incorporated by good design. That is why they're saying that efficient building design and increase concrete performance. And also use of concrete, durability also extends service life. We all know that when we have a good concrete in our structure, definitely it extends the service life of the building. And life, like recycling, like there should be a way of recycling the concrete for use. This is not going, okay. Here, more complex means design, concrete sustainability. Here we are talking about, if you use like a 4 components, that is the binders, which mainly contain the clinkers, cement, and without any admixtures and with virgin aggregates, you can see 1 cubic of concrete emits more than 200 kg of carbon dioxide. Now here, the other side, when in 1 cubic of, when you have multi-component system, that is, you have a substitution for the binder. Here you also have the presence of the admixtures, like the super plasticizer, like the water reducer, because this, when you use like a concrete admixtures, like super plasticizer and the likes, this makes less needs of water, which in return will bring about less usage of cement. And we know in the concrete, when you have a less usage of cement, definitely you are automatically reducing the presence or the consumption of CO2.
Time up, time up, time up. You had 5 minutes, a round of applause for him. Time up, thank you. Any question for Mr. Mofikoye before he steps down from the stage? Any question? None, okay. Thank you very much. A round of applause for him. And a round of applause for all the candidates that are presented this afternoon. Thank you. Media, are we ready for? Okay, so do we have our mobile phones up? Media, are we ready for we're going to vote now for the winners. 2 minutes. Okay, so in that 2 minutes, I think I have the liberty now to ask questions. For those 2 questions, 1 per minute, if those candidates are in the room, just for enlightening. No, in fact, I'm not going to take questions. Thank you. Thank you. General comments? Anybody or any what's it called? Nah, you want to? Okay, good. Thank you. I have my recap, but I wanted to be a very transparent judge. Let me just recap so that I can give everybody a refresher, actually, because I did take a lot of notes. So the first candidate, just to refresh our minds about the presentations that we've seen this afternoon, from all the innovative, the companies doing various innovative products. The first candidate was from Living Limited, represented by Mr. Joshua Attat. And of course, they make furniture from plastic products. Their innovation is centered around circularity, locally sourced, and 100% recyclable products. Candidate number 2 was Signature Multi Projects Limited, talking about sustainable construction, but I know that was a bit muffled. Candidate number 3, Eco Circular Provision Provider Limited, Mr. Babatunde Adebayo, spoke about the ceiling tiles that they are producing from from waste, and then of course they're also doing a scheme that's focused on community waste recycling, empowering women. They, of course, had their ask, and the impact was very far-reaching in Nigeria, based on their presentation. Candidate number 4 was a Zoom presentation, a virtual, from Zipa Building Blocks, represented by architect Ifeanyi Odigwe. They specialize in the production of compressed earth bricks that has a similar stacking like Lego building blocks. And of course, their product had 37% savings on walling component when used. Candidate number 5, VersoBuild, represented by Mr. Eddie Black. They produce structural panels from recycled glass. And the products could do 5,000 modular net zero homes in 1 year. They also have recycled rebars that are two times stronger than regular reinforcement. The products are fireproof, and of course they've been doing this for over 5 decades. Candidate number 6, represented by the name of the company is BTNL Block Solution, represented by Ms. Florence Ajiboye. She talked about how she showed the product, and this is a building block that is also made from PET bottles and PP materials. Candidate number 7, Eco Bricks by Marcus Van Thiel. They make blocks from wood products, and they had various products along that value chain in the company. Candidate number 8 is Silka Nigeria Limited, represented by Mr. Adeshola Mofikoya, and talking about the innovative solutions that they are providing in concrete use. Unfortunately, that presentation didn't finish, but okay, so what we're going to do now, Mr. Shegun, are we ready? Good. So we're going to have a 2-pronged voting process. Okay, this one will be the trial. Online audience, yes, our online audience can vote. Everybody can vote, definitely. So this first, for those who use the Menti link in the morning, I'm sure we're familiar with it. You don't need to sign up. You just put in the code 49472799. 49472799. So this round of voting will be the trial. Am I right? This will be just the first question. Okay, that's what this round of voting would be for, to assess it. So feedback. I mean, I know a lot of people had questions they couldn't ask. Unfortunately, we're pressed for time. But you can give your feedback, your comment, your observation. This one. So this is going to be like the trial for this set. So let's put it in 1 minute. Can we do that? So please go back to the code 49472599. Is that it? 49472799. Okay. 49472799. This is the Menti code. And then it will take you to the question, describe this session in 1 word. Describe the presentations in 1 word. It's not taking. Media, please. Okay, I see people are really on their mobile phones. Good. And we should have everybody in the room now that we want to vote so that we can. Are we ready now? Can we have the students, the 4 student groups on the stage so that we can do that session quickly, immediately we complete the voting process. We don't have, I'm sorry, we would resolve the technology issues, but the 4 student groups. Mr. Prince, I would need your help regarding this. Is he here, ma? Okay. Please let's know when the Menti feedback is resolved. The issues with the Menti is been resolved. Okay, for those Youth Empowerment Exchange presenters, we have Team 3A. Please, if you are representing Team 3A, can we see you on stage? I'm not going to call out the names. Team 5B. So Team 3A is under materials, Team 5B infrastructure, Team 1A energy. Please, I'm sure we can take that. And 1B. It's 1B, not 1A. Therefore. And Team 1B as well. So Team 1A, Team 1B, Team 3A, and Team 5B. Please just stand by your groups. I don't want to call all the names. I know they know. Please. All the groups should come up. All the groups, please, because we're going to take the presentations very quickly. A round of applause for them. Let's encourage them. These are students. They had an intensive presentation on Tuesday. They're doing a whole lot regarding, please just stand by your groups, please. Thank you. Okay, do we have the Menti up now? Or once we're done with the students, we'll do the voting so that we can resolve the issue. Please, let's resolve it. Thank you. So Team 1A, 1B, 3A, 5B. 1A, Team 1A, Team 1B, 3A, and 5B. Thank you. Do you guys have some slides to present? Yes. Okay, but I have each group has 3 minutes, not more, not less. 3, please. 3. You already had your presentations on Tuesday. So whatever you want to do now, please make it very brief. Okay, because we need to round up and we still have to vote. Okay, so pick the person who's going to do the presentation. Ma? I said 1A. Is this 1A? I said 1A, yeah, 1B, 3A, 5B. 1A, 1B, 3A, 5B. Thank you. So just so you understand that the idea behind this is that they are also pitching their solutions to potential investors in the room. I mean, people who would want to help them to fine-tune their innovations, help them to develop, help to give them support for the work that they're doing. So 1A. 1A. Okay, are we ready with your presentation? Okay, please, can you, so that we can see the, please, you come up to the podium. You need 2 mics.
Okay, my name is Akintola Olazoyi, and here with me is...
Put it in your mouth. George Ayomepo. We make bold to say... We make bold to say that in 20 years, we would have built the largest and sustainable energy infrastructure across Africa to serve Nigerians.
Our challenge is to create innovative renewable energy solutions for urban areas in Nigeria. And we aim to implement this by incorporating geothermal energy system into our currently existing hydropower plants.
It is 2024, and it is so sad that no Nigerian urban city can claim to have 24 hours power supply. At the moment, it is sad to say also that all urban cities in Nigeria are still currently being underserved in terms of power supply. What we have done from our group is to provide a geothermal solution ring system to solve this problem.
Here is a pictorial representation of how our geothermal system works, and I will explain this shortly. From the water source, we are taking water into our purifying system, which allows the removal of impurities. From our purifying system, we are taking water into our reservoirs, where the heating process takes place. And here is how the heating works. Water is heated with an heating system that allows water to go 100 degrees Celsius, but because our steam turbine cannot operate at 100 degrees Celsius, we're implementing the use of a pressure system that allows our water to go above 200 degrees Celsius for the spinning of our turbine and for the generation of our electricity. At the end of our steaming process, our steam is returned back by this condensing pipe back into our reservoir system, where water is condensed back. That is, it is reducing the wastage of water, and the other 30% of water is going into the atmosphere.
Next slide. We have identified 16 states across Nigeria to kickstart the implementation of our solution. To start, we hope to take these states as from a function of their population. These states include Lagos, Ondo, Akure, Kaduna, and Bauchi.
Why do we think our geothermal system operates better than other systems? In comparison of other renewable energy solutions, our geothermal system offers very low greenhouse gases emission because apparently we are not digging, we are making use of on-land reservoirs. Also, we are using a very low land mass. For example, 1,000 megawatts Wadon South solar project in Australia is giving us 1,424 hectares for just 1,000 megawatts of electricity. But our solution is implementing the use of 4 hectares land to provide 12,000 megawatts of electricity.
Let's talk about cost. The total cost to electrify these 16 states comes to a total of $278,932,360 million. This cost is expected to go into our planning cost, material cost to put together the infrastructures, our M&E installations, labor cost, maintenance, and also administrative and contingencies and risk management.
We just 35 naira from our customers. Our solution will give a revenue of $1,773,600,000. In comparison with what we have in Nigeria now, Nigeria currently operates on 225 tariff system. But if we implement this into Nigeria, we all know how good that will be.
In the words of Martin Weiner, the best time to solve the world's pressing issues was yesterday. But we do not think that we need to wait till another time to go on a mission.
Thank you, Team 1A. Thank you. So we have Team 1B. Oh, how many people are speaking? Just 2?
All right. Hi everyone, I'm Sean Daudo, and here in our world, what happened earlier before now? Notice the lights went off. It's meant to be a shock and also make us realize the continued reality of millions of people living in a rural community. According to IFAD, that's International Fund Agricultural Development, to solve any rural problem, it's important to solve rural poverty, as such a solution does not just electrify rural areas. I'll take it again. According to IFAD, it's important to solve, according to IFAD, before solving any rural problem, it's very important to solve rural poverty. And in our world, as such as our solution is to electrify rural areas. So at Redco, next slide. At Redco, we are bringing you an hybrid solution which combines solar PV and agriculture, which yields to solar APV. So now, what we are doing here is because, in this case, the solution to solving rural poverty is agriculture. So, and in previous times, the solutions has always been on just large portions of land on solar farms. But now we are going to be maximizing the land for community-centric, dualizing the lands for both solar farms and also greenhouse farming.
As I already said before, our solution is scalable and also maximizes land. Basically, it allows dual use land use and is community-centric. The next slide, please. This demo video is showing the 3D model of our solution, where you can see the dual use of land for the energy generation and greenhouse farming, then other structures for battery storage and other utilities that will be used on the land that our solution is supposed to be implemented on.
In Nigeria, where the cost of living is said to be killing the living, an energy solution might not really be a solution unless it is affordable, especially for rural communities with low purchasing power. This is why we have initiated a flat tariff rate system to enable these rural communities with low purchasing power to procure the energy they use in the community from this mini-grid system. We have done the model as a sample for this target community, which is Ezere community in Enugu State. And so, in order to make sure that the solution is affordable for the rural communities, we have grouped them to levels of purchasing power. So with people with low purchasing power paying up to like 1,000 naira monthly for the energy consumption, and people with middle and high purchasing power paying up to 3,000 monthly for the energy consumption from the mini-grid system. These revenues, in summation with other revenues from the productive use equipment from the mini-grid system, account for about 1.9 million naira that the business is projected to make monthly. Why the work towards energy sustainability in Nigeria might be a long walk from now. However, we are very passionate about.
What's your tower? A round of applause for Team 1B. Please, let's put our hands together for them. All right, so we'll go quickly to the next team, Team 3A. Please, let's put our hands together for Team 3A. Thank you. Your time starts now.
Good day, everyone. Good day, everyone. In the past couple of minutes, we've been introduced to a lot of materials, and then in the past 3 days, sustainable practices as well. But when we leave here, how do we intend to access all of this information? Well, that's why we are here. Okay, come with me on a journey. 1/3 of the projected doubling of material demand in 2060 is attributed to materials used in the building industry. 80% of new construction in Africa is predicted to happen within the next 25 years. 75% of Africa's total building materials is dominated by imported goods. Let's bring it home. Nigeria's urbanization rate is projected to grow from 53% to 70% by 2050. And there is no way we are achieving this if we do not use sustainable materials and eco-friendly systems. We can all relate to this guy here as a beauty industry professional. The frustration from having to search for data from decentralized sources. And we took a survey, and the respondents responded that they literally would enjoy a centralized library. We bring to you GMH, a green material hub connecting architects, designers, engineers, suppliers, and manufacturers for sustainable material selection and procurement. We are bringing to you centralized data repository with technical information, case studies for use cases. Our measurement metrics to ascertain sustainability is circular economy practices, life cycle assessments, water consumption, carbon footprint, and resource depletion. Using these metrics, we will solve the problem of access to material information, lack of awareness on locally sourced sustainable building materials, difficulty locating suppliers or manufacturers, material quality assurance through a verification checkmark. We have done the SWOT analysis, and we know where our strengths lie and then where we have to manage in order to make this more feasible. Our competitive advantages is we're easy to use. We have multiple plan options to suit your needs, powered by tech and data, and the largest indigenous material database. Our core values, there should be no barrier to getting the information you need. And with tech-enabled data-driven decision-making, our processes of material selection and procurement is easier. And best of all, you can get the information at your convenience. Who we serve? You and I. We serve architects, engineers, specifiers, built industry stakeholders, and researchers, innovators, manufacturers, and suppliers. And the next steps we have, since we have already done the feasibility studies and assessed the needs, we would need to do the design development, implementation, evaluation, and scaling. Our impact. By promoting sustainable materials that are locally sourced, we are going to mitigate the carbon footprint through transportation, and then we will decrease carbon footprint, conserve natural resources, we will have economic impacts through cost savings, social impacts from preservation of cultural heritage, technological impacts by data transparency. We would need funding to make this a reality. It will cover technological costs, operations, partnerships, and you invest money, you have to get your money back. This is how we intend to generate income as a project with training fees, investors, consultancies, grants and donations, subscriptions and membership fees. We align with 5 SDG goals, 9, 11, 12, 13, and 17. And our measurement metrics align with our Africa manifestos. Thank you very much. Meet the team.
All right.
Our team.
Thank you, Team 3A. Please a round of applause for Team 3A. The last but not the least, let's have Team 5B. Am I right? 5B. All right, thank you.
Good day, everyone. My name is Omarisola Adekoya, and with me is
Mustafa Aminu.
Deborah Ademiloa. All right, so recently I was having a conversation with my dad, and he told me that in the 80s, the then governor, Jakonde, shared a plan with the Lagosians. He created canals to actually solve the issue of flooding as at that time. But we realized that the rate of urbanization in Nigeria is increasing, and as a result, we came up with a solution to the challenge of infrastructure in Nigeria. And so we proposed recycled plastics and sand permeable paver blocks with green cutout. Now, let's go to the backstory. How did we arrive here? We realized that as a result of unchecked growth and development, many people moved from the rural areas to urban areas, and as a result, there was explosion of urbanization in the country. And many things were ignored, setbacks, and as a result, we have many consequences. All right, so our reality, here's our reality. Rising water levels, urban heat island effect, poor air quality due to the fact that we have many cars and other sources of transportation that contribute to this problem. Now, we know that we cannot have more green space. We cannot have all our spaces green, but we can take it a step at a time, and that's why we have an innovation which is targeted at having more greener spaces. So this is our product, the plastic and sand permeable paver blocks with green cutout. Yeah, how does it work? The top layer is filled with, like you plant grass on a earth-filled place inside the block. And now the block has a hollow area to actually accommodate the earth, and also a hollow area to accommodate gravels in order to infiltrate water into the soil. All right, so, and also it has supporting ribs to actually improve the stability. And then, yes, so it addresses these goals. The plants would address good health and well-being for people, because we realize that when people interact with plants, they tend to be better. And then SDG 11, SDG 15, and SDG 13, and also the Africa Manifesto. I would hand over to him to talk about the budget.
Okay, about the budget, we have the total of 16.8 million for our first year. So with a growth rate of 10%, that is a sustainable business growth to, as it transcends to 6 years. As you can see, it is 18.1 million. So next slide, please. So the cost part for the production of the material only to produce one interlock is 200. The cost material is 250. As you can see, the total is 650 per block, the cheapest of its kind in Nigeria.
All right, so conclusion, we can only create better things. We can only come up with better innovation. And the challenge is to us that the future belongs to us. The future is us. And the path to a sustainable future is right ahead of us. Please, let's embrace this challenge and create a better future for all of us. Thank you.
Wow, wow. Thank you so much. All right, thank you, Team 5B. Let's put our hands together for them one more time for all the youth presentation. Thank you so much. All right, so we would go right away into the voting now. We're sorry, our time is really fast spent. All right, so we can bring out our phones now. Please, if you are online as well, our online audience, please, you can join this voting. All right, but if you were not part of the presentation, and you vote, you're just going to be guessing. Okay, so have we logged in? I'm also trying to log in here to be sure we're all on the same page. All right, so let's put in the code 5571-9066. Are we all in now? Please, if you are in, kindly wave to me. Okay, it's only Mr. Shegun that is waving. All right, I have two persons now. If you are in, please wave in the audience. Okay, yes, I have more hands. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not in. I don't know why. But let's see if you are in. More hands. Okay, I have more hands now. One more person. Okay, thank you, sir. All right. Okay, maybe we want to be sure we have at least half of the auditorium online. Okay, you are in. Yes. I don't know why mine is not, but if we have good numbers, we can just go ahead. 5571-9066. Are you guys in here? Everybody here is in. Okay, a lot of people are in. Please, if you are in again, let me see your hand. For the last time. Okay, please put down your hand. If you are not in, let's see your hand. You are not in yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, just a few of us. Okay. Mr. Shegun, please help put them through on what to do. All right, so we can go ahead. Let's have the first set of questions. Please, let's attempt the first question and let's see what the result is. Okay, I'm in now. Okay, so describe the presentation in one word. Okay. All right, so dedication, intriguing, informative, thank you. Educative, it's good. It's inspiring, awesome. It's great, impressive, educative. Wow, thank you so much. All right, so we have 142 responses, 148, that's a good number. 154, 57, all right. 159. Okay, so I think we have a good number. Thank you so much. Now, media, let's go to the final question, which is the voting now. Am I correct? All right. So pick the project that has your vote and submit. Just pick the project. It's going to be on for just 30 seconds, max 1 minute. Okay, so we have candidate 1, candidate 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Please pick your candidates and let's submit immediately. If you delay after 30 seconds, you are going to be out. All right. Thank you. So you can also look at the multimedia screen. We can see the winner. We can see the winners. Thank you. All right. All right. We have 20 more seconds to do this. 20 more seconds. If you don't put in your entry, you're on your own. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. Okay, please, let's have, yeah, this is interesting. Very, very interesting. And I think we have a good participation. All right. So please, let's have, so we have candidates 1, with 7 votes. Please let's put our hands together for candidate 1. So candidate 2 with 1 vote. Let's put our hands together for candidate 2. Candidate 3, 37 votes. Candidate 4 with 4 votes. Candidate 5 with 5 votes. Candidate 6, 6 votes. Why is 4, 5, 6 and they add their numbers? Candidate 7, 16 votes, and candidate 8, 4 votes. All right. Once again, I want to invite all the candidates that are here. Please, let's celebrate them. Let them come forward. Everyone, please, let's appreciate them. No doubt every presentation here is innovative. It's just that we've got to just have winners, all right? So please, let's celebrate them as they come forward, Let's celebrate them. Appreciate them, please. Yes. All right. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to send all the names. Just pick the winners. Do you have all the names? All right, 1 second, please. We need to quickly. Hold on. So I've given you. All right, thank you so much. All right, once again, we want to appreciate you on behalf of the Green Building Council of Nigeria. Thank you for the effort and the energy you put into this. Your innovations are well appreciated. All right, but you know, of course, because it's competitive, somebody just has to come first, someone has to come second, and you understand. So please, once again, let's put our hands together for all our innovators. All right, so on this note, we announce the winner. So the third place, sorry, there's something going on here. Who is voting after we have cancelled the election? Some people are carrying ballot boxes here. I'm seeing candidate 5 has changed to 6 all of a sudden. No. No, there's something wrong here. Media, please, let's shut the... We've already announced the winner, so everybody knows who is the winner, or who the winners are. This one has moved from 37 to 39. Mr. Shegun, please, just close the online voting. Please, leave the outcome. Oh, once you stop voting, the outcome goes off. Please put the outcome back. We know the winners. All right. Can we have it back? Please project the results again. Thank you. All right, so the third position goes to candidate one. Candidate one, yes. Please let's put our hands together for candidate one. That is Living Limited, represented by Mr. Joshua Atta. Thank you so much. And of course, the second position to candidate 7. Please let's put our hands together. Candidate 7, EcoBricks, Mr. Marcos. Thank you so much. And the winner for the 2024 Innovation Show, all right, goes to candidate 3. That's Eco Circular Provision Provider Limited, represented by Mr. Babatunde Adebayo. Please let's put our hands together for them one more time. Thank you so very much. All right, so you can... Please, you can go back to your seats, and in 2 minutes, we'll be calling out the 3 winners to present your certificate of awards. While that is going on, we want to also present the certificate of awards for our youths. All right, I will call up Mama. Please, let's appreciate Mama. Let's put our hands together for her. She comes up. All right, so she's going to be calling the 3 winners of the Youth Innovation Show. And please, we also want to crave the indulgence of our Professor Bayo Amole, please, sir, and Professor Mrs. Amole. Please, let's put our hands together for both of them as they come to present this certificate to the students. Thank you so much, sir, ma'am.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so much, Architect Sheyi. Thank you all for spending your time with us. Good afternoon, sir. So we had our Youth Innovation Challenge on Tuesday, and we are fortunate to have these amazing groups that were able to scale up all of their workshop series for the past 8 weeks. So this afternoon, we'll be calling out the winners. So here I have Team 1A, Energy Team 1A. So who gives out which one? So, but 2 of them are present here, yes. There are 4 in each group, but they are being represented by 2 of their team members. Team 1A? Yes, this Team 1A, Energy. Okay. Yes.
Team 1A comes 3rd?
So Team 1A comes 3rd. And the team members, Akintola, Ola, Doyin, Abidemi, Danraka Aisha, Adetoyi, Adedeji, Asman, Diku. Okay. So on behalf of the GBCN, we'd like you to give you this certificate of award, of achievement. Congratulations. The other side, yeah. Okay. Oh, they'll be in the middle.
Thank you very much, ma'am. You can have the rest of it. Take it. Yes. So we have the second place, Team 5B Infrastructure.
So for the second place, we would like to award the certificate of achievement to Team 5B, and the team members are Adekoya, Omorinsola Lydia, Aminu Mustafa, Ademilua Blessing Deborah, and Aliu Sirayo Aliu. Okay. who will receive it. Congratulations.
And the winner, the first winner for our Youth Empowerment Exchange 2024 goes to Team 3A Materials.
Team 3A, congratulations. Please come here. Congratulations to Aisha Mohammed Mahmoud, Faseda Temitayo, Moren Annette Precious Ojile Ihirisa. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Let's put our hands together for the youths. All right, thank you for all that you do. We are going straight away to the award presentation for the innovation show. All right, please, can I have the certificates? Can we have the certificates now, please? All right, please, let's have the team, candidate 1, come up very quickly. While the certificate, I think the certificate should be here in just a minute or so. Candidate 1, candidate 5, am I correct? And 3. Candidates 1, 7, and 3. Yes, thank you. Where is candidate 7? Mr. Marcos. Mr. Marcos, please. All right, we have the certificate. Yes, he's here. Please, where is the president? All right. All right. Please, all right, thank you so much. We would like to call the honor of our own professor, Professor Dodo. So please come up stage now and do this presentation for us. Please, let's put our hands together for Professor Dodo. You're welcome, sir. All right. Okay. Okay, this is third. This is third. Okay. All right, for the top, please.
Okay. On behalf of the Green Building Council, we would like to present the third place award to Living Limited. Please, a round of applause for them, please. Ably represented by Joshua, is it? Yes, Joshua. Please, a round of applause. It's not easy to win. Okay, thank you.
Let me join the picture. Please, one more.
Okay, thank you very much.
You will do the second for us.
All right. I tell you, I really love this because he said something that is ready to come to Africa, to come and help us set up this. Yeah, so because I guess maybe because of this he got second, you know. I'm just kidding. Okay. The second position for this award goes to EcoBricks from the UK. Please, a round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Please, you may go back to your seats. For the final award, please make welcome with me, Engineer Bem Anyago. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce that properly. The Assistant Director of the Federal Ministry of Power, Renewable and Rural Power Access. Oh, I'm sorry, I think we're mixing something up the name. All right, I think, sir, we're sorry, sir. This is actually a makeshift. You are the one we are trying to call. We're sorry. The president is meant to actually be the one to present this award, but we want to just get your name right, but we're taking a lot of time. Yes, he's been looking for your card out of the numerous cards here. Let's expose ourselves. All right, please, let's put our hands together for Professor Ogo. Professor Oko. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. We appreciate your patience waiting to the end of this show. All right, so. For the first position.
I think it's, let me just say one thing. It's heartwarming to see that Nigeria, here in Nigeria, we have people that can actually put their time and effort to do things that is so relevant, like this young man or this, the company this young man represents is doing. It's so heartwarming. And I really want to implore you to please, keep it up. Like I was telling you, please don't forget to patent this your technology. Patent, while the patent is on, make sure you publish it. At least get in touch with any of the professors around you. They can tell you how you can go about it. Congratulations.
All right. On behalf of the Great Building Council Nigeria President, Professor Dr. QS Danjuma Waniko, on behalf of the Africa Regional Network chaired by Nazra Nada, I want to thank you all for coming. Now we are at the end of the conversation. Of course, as we mentioned earlier, it cannot stop from here. It cannot stop now. If you have pictures, if you have learnings, you can engage us on social media, #FutureCity2024. You can also tag GBCN on all the platforms. We have presence in all the platforms, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, and of course, these videos also available on YouTube. If you want to pick up some other learnings, please go ahead, engage. Then for our membership, you can also check the one of the booths towards the right as you move out of this auditorium to get to register with us. Until 2025, I want to say thank you for coming. We love you, we celebrate you, we are grateful that you come, and we hope to see you again, connect with you again during the course of the year. Please do well to send us an email. You can let us know your learnings, you can let us know the things you want us to improve on. We will send an email for a feedback session to just kind of get a feedback from you to maybe tell us what to do better next year, to let us know what you can bring on board. As we all had heard, we are membership-based organization. We thrive on members. We get to be strengthened by members, either individuals or companies or organizations. So please do well to join us. We thank you for coming, and we look forward to a prospective 2025 for us all. From all of us at the Green Building Council Nigeria table, and on behalf of the directors, on behalf of the Board of Trustees and Board of Directors, thank you for coming. I wish us all journey mercies as we go back to our families. Do have a beautiful year ahead. Thank you. God bless you.
careful.